welcome to my channel. Sharon here. Today I'm doing a kind of flip pocket thingy. I was inspired by Spunky Misfit Girl. She has quite a lovely lot of ideas for putting on your pages and different flips and flaps and pockets. First of all, this is also, you can use up your 6x6 pads. What I want to do though is one for a journal, a custom order I've got, which is for petals and prosecco. So I've double-sided this, and I'm just going to cut this into 6x6 quickly. I hope you're all well. It's still warm here. Oh, that would be good as a little tag maybe. Now I'm going to make two. The other one I've got, I'm going to use, you know, when you get the Tim Holtz pads, he has the corners, the 4 squares, 6x6. So I'm going to use one of them as well. This is so simple and straightforward. Then take your scoring board and score at 1 inch. I do it that way. Score at 1 inch on 2 sides, but that they overlap, if that makes sense. There. Put that aside. Fold these in like this, and this one in like that. And then you're just going to cut out the bottom corner piece here. Like that. And this goes up to form a pocket. This comes over like this. So I'm just going to ink. I think I will use vintage. Oh no, that's walnut stain. Don't want that one. Vintage photo. That's for another project I'm in the middle of doing. I'm just going to ink all the way around the edge, including the pocket here. Along here. But I'm not actually going to ink this piece at the moment, because the next stage is to, I've got 2 pieces of paper here to make a tag here, which will be glued to this as the flip piece. I do need to make this a little bit stronger, and it is white, so I need to put another piece of paper on the back. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet, whether I'll use that one or this one. I actually think this one goes better with the colouring. I'm going to use that one. And so I'll put that one aside. So I'll just do this one. I want that on the inside, I think, yes. Oh, I've got something stuck on there. Oh no, it doesn't really matter because that it will glue down. So I'm going to, again, score at 1 inch and score at 1 inch, as this is, well, the other one was directional to a certain extent as well. Whoops. Fold that up, fold that over, and cut out here. Cut out the corner there. Like that. So this folds up and that comes over. And I'm going to use this for the tag here, but I'm going to be decorating this as well. And I've also got this piece that was left from when I cut this off. And I thought I'd make this into a journal card here to go in this pocket. This I'm not too worried about strengthening. They're quite strong card anyway with the Tim Holtz card. So I'll just ink round this one now as well. Okay, back to this one. And I'm going to glue this onto here. Now I could, if I wanted to, I think I will actually. I'm going to ink around this bit. Well, I've already inked that bit and down the bottom there, but that will be going on there, so it'll get inked anyway. And I need to glue the sides up on this as well. There we go. Do you know, one of the things I've forgotten, I'm hoping I can still do it, is, yeah, make it into a tag. Okay. Maybe not. I should have used this. I'll use the slightly wider one. There. And then I'll flip it over that side. I'll remember to do the other one before I do this in the future. Okay, just ink those bits. Now, if you wanted to, you can add an eyelet in there. One of the other things I want to do is put a hole through here just with a ring reinforcer, and I have these paper ones, and what I'm going to do is just ink one in, I think, Victorian velvet. So all I do is just rub over the top. I'll do two of them as I've got ink on that one there, because I can reinforce on the other side as well. Okay, and I will use this. I just sort of eyeball it, nothing, no actual measurements. And then stick, oh, wrong ones, that's the vintage photo ones. What is it when you do things on camera? They never seem to, like trying to get these off. It's difficult. That side. This is just to literally reinforce the hole. And then what I have is some pink twine. This journal is going to be quite a modern one for this woman wanted for her daughter. She's actually bought 3 off of me. One's the gardening one, and one is another one that she's already seen that was my Victorian ladies lace. And you know what it's like when you've got children, they all have different tastes. This one is quite modern, so whereas the Victorian lady one, she loved the vintage things. So sometimes I do struggle when I'm nowadays, I didn't used to, doing modern things. I don't know about anybody else. Anyway, I'm not going to do anything to that. I'm going to wait till I get it in the journal. You will see it because I'll do a flip through. And then what I've got is one of, oh dear, Raindrop Lila's. I think this is her Home Sweet Home. I also have her Spring Blooms, which I'm going to use in this. And then on that, yes, I'm going to have another go at doing one of these rub-ons. Now, I did one in the last, I've done 2 so far on camera, and both just didn't work. I had to stop the camera, and it took me ages to make sure it was down in the right place. Now, as I've said, I did ask in my last video, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Or is it just these aren't very good? I thought that would be quite nice on there. So here we go again. Okay, yes, I had to stop it again. It didn't work. The bottom tail of the R came off, so I've had to use a black pen. I really don't know what I'm doing wrong with these. Anyway, that's that one. And now I've got the Tim Holtz one, which I'm not putting any words on. Oh no, I haven't finished with this one. I thought what I could do, I've got some of this pink lace. I would do a little cluster here. There, and then as I say, I keep these scraps, and I thought I could put that on there like that. And then what I've got is these from our local Chinese shop. So I could put that or that. I think that one there. I quite like that. Okay, that's that one. And then I have the Tim Holtz one, which hopefully is straightforward. Now again, I'm going to glue this bit down. There. And I do need to ink. This is the tag, which I'm making sure I do the tag bit first before I glue it on. And I think, as I said before, I am going to ink. I didn't last time, ink around here. I'm also thinking on this one, do I need to do? No, I'm okay there. And then I'm going to glue this onto here, like that. Okay, now to decorate this one on the tag, I've poured a few bits of Tim Holtz ephemera, which I haven't inked. I couldn't tell you which packs they come from or anything. These are the ones a friend gave me that I've put them all into a tin now. But as I say, it takes me ages to decide when I'm doing a bit of a collage what I'm doing, and I don't want you sitting here for 2 hours watching me rummage. I thought you could sit on there, and he could lean on there. Move him over a bit maybe. Yep, so he's sort of sitting in the middle, leaning on that, and a stamp on there. So I will now just glue all that down. There we go. That's that one. Now I've got the journal card here to go in there. And for that, I've picked out some pieces, and going to put that up there. I think like that, with that. A bit like that. So that's the bottom one, and that's the next one. And I'll maneuver that one in. So I'll just glue these down, just to sort of tart it up a bit. Have something there. Now I want to do another one here, and for this again I'll use this and eyeball it, and I've got these were from another project I had left over. I'll use these two, that uses them up. Again, you can see I've been using things in my stash, which I think is a great idea for this kind of project, and great for your 6x6 pads, but I couldn't find anything that I wanted to do for journals I've got coming up, so that was a bit difficult. And then what I can do is some of this string here. Which I will, and that fits in there. When they go into a journal, this does lie flatter. It's because it's just been glued, I found, because I did one for my garden journal, and you might have seen that, and that worked quite well. Okay, and if you've got a journal page, what I do is you can stick it over to the in the middle, and then you've also got space for another large journal card behind, and the same here again. Or you can sew when you glue it down, you could glue it down the three sides and have a journal card going in the top. It opens up like that, or you could glue it those three sides, have a journal card going in the side. I think I'll tend to do a kind of tuck spot like that with a nice large journal card in there. Anyway, these are my two little 6x6 folders, tag folders, I suppose you could call them. I hope you've enjoyed that, and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already, as it all helps me. Thanks very much for being here, and I'll speak to you all in the next video. Bye.